Welcome to Preda Planet, the wild side of the world where survival isn't promised. Every shadow, every backyard, and every quiet corner across North America hides something capable of changing a life with one bite. In this episode, we're counting down the top 10 deadliest spiders in North America. Whether you're hiking the Rockies, camping by the bayou, or just grabbing the mail barefoot, danger might be closer than you think. Before we start, hit that subscribe button and join the Preda Planet crew, the explorers who go where most people would rather not. Our mission? To uncover the creatures that rule the continent. Silent, efficient, and lethal. Now, tighten your boots, check the shadows, and get ready to meet some of North America's most feared eight-legged predators. Number 10. The tarantula, the gentle giant with a terrifying presence. When it comes to fear factor alone, the tarantula owns the crown. Massive, hairy, and often the size of your hand, this spider has starred in nightmares and horror films for decades. But here's the truth that most don't realize. The tarantula's reputation is far scarier than its bite. Native to the deserts and grasslands stretching from Texas to Arizona, and even parts of California, the tarantula is the heavyweight of the arachnid world. Despite its intimidating look, the tarantula is surprisingly calm. It moves slowly, almost deliberately, with a confidence that only a true predator carries. Its fangs, though capable of piercing skin, inject venom that's roughly equivalent to a bee sting in humans. To small mammals and insects, however, it's a different story. The venom liquefies their insides, allowing the tarantula to consume its prey like a smoothie, nature's most gruesome protein shake. Tarantulas rely on stealth and strength rather than webs. They're ambush predators, waiting patiently in burrows or under rocks until something wanders too close. When it does, they strike with a speed that defies their bulky frame, quick enough to snatch a cricket mid-jump. But the tarantula's true weapon isn't its venom, it's its defense system. When threatened, it can flick clouds of barbed hairs from its abdomen, sending microscopic needles into the air. Those hairs stick to skin, eyes, or throats, causing itching, burning, and inflammation. For predators like birds or rodents, it's a brutal lesson. Some meals aren't worth the pain. Each year, in the late summer and fall, something extraordinary happens in the American Southwest: the Great Tarantula Migration. Hundreds of males leave their burrows and march across the desert in search of a mate. It's not a coordinated migration, it's pure instinct. Roads become rivers of moving fur as these silent wanderers crawl for miles under the blazing sun. Drivers often stop, horrified or amazed as the pavement wriggles with life. It's nature's version of rush hour, slow, hairy, and unforgettable. So why does the tarantula make this list if it's not deadly to humans? Because the term deadly doesn't always mean fatal. It means capable. Capable of ending lives in the ecosystem. Capable of inspiring fear in anything that crosses its path. In nature, dominance isn't just about killing, it's about commanding respect. And in that regard, the tarantula is royalty. They may not chase humans, but step too close to their burrow, and they'll remind you who's home. The tarantula, calm, composed, and crowned with a fearsome reputation that even the bravest creatures dare not test. Number 9. The red widow, Florida's fiery assassin. From the dusty desert floor to the sun-scorched dunes of Florida, our next contender lurks where few expect it, in paradise itself. The red widow, known scientifically as Latrodectus bishopi, is one of the rarest spiders on Earth, found only in the sandy scrublands of central and southern Florida. It's a spider that looks like it was designed by an artist with a dark imagination. Brilliant red legs, an orange glazed body, and the glossy black sheen of something that shouldn't be touched. Unlike its infamous cousin, the black widow, the red widow doesn't live in human structures or garages. You won't find it in your mailbox or under the porch. Instead, it hides in the curled fronds of palmetto leaves, the perfect camouflage among the shadows of Florida's wilderness. What makes this spider so deadly isn't just its venom, but its potency relative to its size. Its bite delivers a powerful neurotoxin that attacks the nervous system, shutting down communication between muscles and the brain. Symptoms begin with pain and muscle spasms, followed by chills, nausea, and difficulty breathing. Without treatment, the results can be devastating, though, thanks to modern medicine, fatalities are incredibly rare. But rarity doesn't equal safety. Because the red widow is so isolated, there's often a delay in treatment when bites do occur. Anti-venom for this species is limited, and locating one in time can be a race against biology. In rural areas, that delay can be deadly. The red widow's venom is estimated to be on par with, if not stronger than, the black widow's. Its bite is swift, often painless at first, but within minutes, the body begins to revolt. Victims describe a burning heat spreading from the bite, followed by uncontrollable muscle twitching. One researcher once said, "It's like every nerve in your body starts screaming at once." These spiders are also exceptional hunters. Unlike the messy cobwebs of their cousins, red widows create clean, silk-lined burrows deep within palmetto leaves, using their environment to trap prey. Insects fall into these natural funnels and never make it out. Each web is a combination of engineering and instinct, fragile yet fatal. The species is currently threatened due to habitat destruction. As Florida's coastal dunes give way to tourism and construction, the red widow's home is vanishing. It's a predator on borrowed time, a lethal masterpiece being erased by progress. For now, they remain one of the continent's most mysterious spiders, rarely seen even by those who live among them. But when the red widow does appear, it leaves a lasting impression. Locals call it Florida's flame. Beautiful, dangerous, and gone in a flash. The red widow isn't an aggressor. It doesn't chase or stalk humans. It waits, perfectly still, for opportunity. And that's what makes it truly terrifying. In a world full of motion and noise, the deadliest things are often the ones that barely move at all. So if you're walking the dunes and see something shimmer beneath a palmetto leaf, stop. You may have just stumbled into the lair of the red widow. The red widow marks a turning point in our countdown, because from here on, the spiders get smarter, faster, and far more willing to fight back. The next one is a relative you might already know, a cousin whose territory stretches wider every year. Stick around. Things are about to get venomous.
And our number 8 spider is a master of this quiet deception. The brown widow, the global hitchhiker. The brown widow may not have the reputation of its black-shelled cousin, but don't be fooled. This spider has crept across the planet and made itself at home nearly everywhere humans live. Known scientifically as Latrodectus geometricus, the brown widow is the silent traveler of the widow family. It's believed to have originated in Africa, but over the last century, it's hitchhiked its way to nearly every continent, often hidden in shipping containers, houseplants, or even used cars. In North America, it has taken firm control of the southern United States, from California through Texas to Florida and up the Atlantic coast. Every year, its numbers grow, thriving in the heat of backyards, garages, and playgrounds. The brown widow is instantly recognizable to trained eyes. Mottled brown and tan body, long slender legs, and a fiery orange hourglass marking on its abdomen. It's smaller and lighter in color than the infamous black widow, but don't let that fool you. Its venom is twice as potent. The saving grace. The brown widow is shy, painfully shy. Unlike its black cousin, the brown widow almost never bites unless provoked. Even when handled, it tends to curl up and play dead rather than attack. But when it does bite, it delivers a venom that can cause the same neurotoxic effects as the black widow, only in smaller doses. That's why medical reports often list it as less dangerous, but its toxicity per drop is astonishing. The brown widow's venom disrupts nerve signals in the body, leading to a condition known as latrodectism, muscle cramps, nausea, sweating, and tremors that can last for days. Doctors say it's like being plugged into an electrical outlet that never shuts off. One of the spider's most unsettling behaviors is its tendency to build webs in places of daily human contact. Number 7. The Carolina wolf spider, the lone hunter. If the brown widow is the silent stalker of suburbia, the Carolina wolf spider is the alpha predator of the wild. Meet Hogna carolinensis, a spider that hunts not from webs, but from instinct, muscle, and lightning reflexes. The Carolina wolf spider is the largest wolf spider species in North America, capable of growing over 2 inches long, not counting the legs. Its thick, armor-like body and glowing green eyes make it one of the most recognizable arachnids on the continent. Unlike web builders, wolf spiders are true hunters. They stalk prey across open ground, using incredible eyesight, 8 eyes arranged like night vision goggles, to track, chase, and ambush. Their hunting style is closer to that of a wolf or big cat than a spider. They don't wait for prey, they go after it. The Carolina wolf spider is built for survival. Found everywhere from deserts to forests to suburban lawns, this spider can thrive in nearly any habitat. It burrows deep underground during the day and hunts at night, relying on stealth and speed rather than traps. Its venom is designed to immobilize small prey, insects, small frogs, even baby lizards. While it's not typically dangerous to humans, its bite is incredibly painful, often leading to localized swelling, burning, and nausea. In rare cases, bites can become infected, requiring medical treatment. What sets the Carolina wolf spider apart isn't its venom, it's its parenting. This species carries her egg sac attached to her abdomen until the young hatch. When they do, the spiderlings climb onto their mother's back, hitching a ride until they're ready to hunt on their own. It's one of the few spiders in the world to exhibit such maternal care, and it's both heartwarming and horrifying to see a moving, wriggling mass of babies crawling across a single mother's body. Researchers say this adaptation helps increase survival rates in unpredictable environments. For a species that hunts solo, the Carolina wolf spider has evolved a deep, primal bond, not through words or sounds, but through instinct. When startled, the spider will defend her young with surprising aggression. There are stories of hikers in the Carolinas encountering mothers guarding burrows, rearing up in full defense. The scene is unforgettable. A mother standing her ground, hundreds of tiny eyes blinking on her back. And at night, when you shine a flashlight across a grassy field, those hundreds of eyes reflect like a galaxy on the ground. Each sparkle, a wolf spider waiting for the next heartbeat of movement. This species plays a vital ecological role. By preying on insects, it keeps ecosystems in balance, but it also challenges humanity's comfort zone. Because unlike the reclusive widows, the Carolina wolf spider isn't afraid to roam. It's been found in homes, campsites, and even inside shoes left out overnight. So if you ever feel something tickle your ankle in the dark, remember, it might not be the wind. It might be North America's most dedicated hunter, out for a midnight run. The brown widow hides in our spaces. The Carolina wolf spider owns the wild. Two spiders, two worlds, and both masters of adaptation. The hobo spider, the drifter that doesn't play nice. Meet the hobo spider, Eratigena agrestis, a spider with a name that sounds harmless, but carries one of the most controversial reputations in North America. Originally from Europe, the hobo spider made its way across the Atlantic in the 20th century, stowing away in shipping crates and freight containers. By the 1980s, it had spread throughout the Pacific Northwest, turning quiet basements and grassy fields into its hunting grounds. The hobo spider earned its name from its nomadic lifestyle. Unlike many web dwellers, this spider doesn't stay in one place for long. It builds funnel-shaped webs in low, dark corners, under rocks, logs, or concrete foundations, and when disturbed, it runs. Fast, but don't mistake its retreat for cowardice. When cornered, the hobo spider bites with surprising aggression. Its venom was once believed to cause necrosis, the death of skin tissue, much like the infamous brown recluse. Early medical reports linked it to severe wounds that refused to heal, leading to panic in the Northwest. People began fumigating entire homes, convinced they were infested by a spider that could melt flesh. But modern research has revealed a twist. The hobo spider's bite might not be as deadly as once thought. While its venom does contain cytotoxins that destroy cell membranes, confirmed necrotic cases are rare. Some scientists even believe earlier bite reports were misdiagnosed infections or other spider species. Still, one thing remains certain. The hobo spider's bite hurts like hell. It causes immediate redness, swelling, and throbbing pain that can last for days. In rare cases, victims experience dizziness, nausea, and headaches. The spider itself is easily misidentified. Brownish tan with faint chevron markings across the abdomen and long, fast-moving legs. It doesn't have the shiny black armor of the widows or the bulky frame of the tarantula. Instead, it looks ordinary, which somehow makes it even more unsettling. Its funnel web is a marvel of efficiency. Built close to the ground, it's designed not to trap prey directly, but to act as a tripwire. When an insect crosses the silken platform, vibrations shoot down the tunnels, and in an instant, the hobo spider lunges out like a coiled spring. The attack lasts less than a second. Hobo spiders are most active in late summer and early fall, just when people start cleaning out sheds, garages, and crawl spaces. That's when encounters spike.
And because males roam in search of mates during this time, they often wander into homes through vents and foundation cracks. Logically, the yellow sac spider plays an important role as a natural pest controller, preying on flies, mosquitoes, and small insects, but its willingness to live so close to humans makes it one of the most dangerous roommates in nature. Its venom is still being studied for its complex chemical makeup. Some researchers believe its toxins might have potential in medical science, specifically in pain management or cancer treatment. It's a strange irony. The same venom that burns and blisters could one day heal. Despite its size, the yellow sac spider's behavior has earned it a notorious spot in American homes. Its combination of aggression, adaptability, and proximity to humans makes it far more dangerous in daily life than many spiders with stronger venom. And like every true predator, it doesn't need a warning label to be feared. Sometimes, the deadliest things are the ones you can't see until it's too late. The next spider has a reputation that even hospitals respect. Number 4. The brown recluse, the silent flesh eater. If spiders had an underworld, the brown recluse would be its ghost. Quiet, elusive, and almost never seen until it's too late. Known scientifically as Loxosceles reclusa, this spider's reputation precedes it. Ask anyone in the Midwest or the South and you'll hear the same story. Don't get bitten by a brown recluse. Native to the central and southern United States, the brown recluse prefers dry, undisturbed areas, attics, basements, closets, and even shoes left under the bed. It's a master of concealment, living up to its name by avoiding humans entirely. But when contact does happen, it's often by accident, and the results can be devastating. The brown recluse's venom contains a potent enzyme called sphingomyelinase D, a compound capable of destroying red blood cells and breaking down tissue. In severe cases, it causes necrosis, leaving open wounds that can take months to heal. This venom doesn't just kill cells, it dissolves them. That's why bite victims often describe it as a burn that never stops. At first, the bite may seem harmless, just a small red bump. But within hours, it can transform into a blister, then a crater-like ulcer that eats away at the skin. In extreme cases, the damage extends deep into muscle and fat tissue, leaving scars for life. Some victims even require skin grafts to recover. Despite the horror stories, it's important to note that fatalities are extremely rare. Most bites heal completely with proper medical care. But the problem is that bites often go unnoticed until it's too late. Recluses inject small amounts of venom, and symptoms can take time to appear, a dangerous combination that tricks victims into thinking they're fine. Visually, the brown recluse is unremarkable, small, tan, and often mistaken for harmless house spiders. Its key identifier is a dark, violin-shaped marking on its cephalothorax, a feature that's earned it the nickname, the fiddleback. Ironically, this same simplicity makes it one of the most misidentified spiders in America. Experts estimate that for every real brown recluse identified, there are hundreds of false reports. The true danger of this spider lies not in aggression, it's not a hunter, but in its habitat overlap with humans. It prefers the same cozy, undisturbed corners we do, and it's patient. Brown recluses can go months without food or water, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Ecologically, the brown recluse plays an important role in controlling pests, particularly silverfish and cockroaches, but it's a difficult fact to appreciate when one shares your closet. Scientists who study this species often do so with extreme caution, using long-handled forceps and thick gloves. Even in captivity, the brown recluse remains unpredictable. There's something poetic about the brown recluse, an introvert in a world of chaos, armed with venom that dissolves flesh, but a nature that just wants to be left alone. A creature that kills not out of malice, but out of misunderstanding. Still, if you live in the heartland of America, it's one ghost you'd rather not meet. The Black Widow, the icon of fear. Few animals on Earth have a reputation as infamous as the Black Widow. Sleek, deadly, instantly recognizable. Even people who know nothing about spiders know this one. The shiny black body, the blood-red hourglass, and the whispered warning, one bite and you're done. Scientifically known as Latrodectus mactans, the Black Widow is native to North America, but now found across the globe. It thrives in dark, sheltered places, woodpiles, sheds, mailboxes, garages, and under outdoor furniture. If the brown recluse is the ghost, the Black Widow is the assassin, quiet, elegant, and utterly efficient. Its venom is 15 times stronger than a rattlesnake's, drop for drop. Fortunately, the amount it injects is tiny, just enough to incapacitate its prey, but for humans, that's still more than enough to trigger a medical emergency. The widow's venom contains a compound called alpha-latrotoxin, which causes a massive release of neurotransmitters in the nervous system. The result? Uncontrollable muscle spasms, cramping, sweating, nausea, and elevated heart rate. In extreme cases, victims can experience respiratory paralysis. The pain is described as waves of electric fire shooting through the body. The symptoms, collectively known as latrodectism, can last up to a week. Before the development of anti-venom, a single bite could be fatal, especially to children or the elderly. Today, with modern treatment, deaths are exceedingly rare, but the agony remains legendary. Female black widows are the true killers. Males are smaller, lighter, and far less venomous. In fact, they often fall victim to their mates, giving rise to the infamous myth of post-mating cannibalism. While not every female eats her partner, it happens often enough to cement the species' dark reputation. In nature, it's efficiency, not cruelty. The male's nutrients help sustain the female through the next generation. A final act of sacrifice written into evolution itself. The Black Widow's web is as messy as its reputation, a chaotic tangle of silk that seems random but is engineered for one purpose: entrapment. Its silk is stronger than steel by weight, capable of stopping prey in mid-air. Once caught, the victim is injected with venom and wrapped like a mummy, paralyzed and preserved for later consumption. Despite the horror stories, the Black Widow rarely seeks confrontation. Most bites occur when someone accidentally presses against the spider, while putting on gloves, moving firewood, or reaching into a dark corner. Even then, many bites are dry, meaning no venom is injected at all. The real power of the Black Widow isn't just biological, it's psychological. It's become a symbol of danger, seduction, and power across cultures. From Hollywood villains to rock lyrics, the image of the red hourglass has transcended biology and entered mythology. In reality, the widow is a crucial part of the food chain, controlling insects and even other spiders. It's both feared and necessary, a paradox wrapped in silk. One fascinating detail: Black widows glow under ultraviolet light, a feature scientists believe helps them communicate with potential mates. It's as if nature gave them a built-in warning sign, a cosmic stay away that only some creatures can see. For all its fame, the Black Widow doesn't deserve the hysteria it inspires. It's not hunting us, it's surviving us. But one thing is certain: if there were ever a face for fear in the arachnid world, it would wear a red hourglass. The brown recluse and the Black Widow, two sides of the same coin. One hides in silence, the other commands attention. Together, they've shaped an entire continent's fear of spiders, not because they're everywhere, but because they could be anywhere. But our countdown isn't over yet. The next two spiders push the limits of what nature can design. The redback spider, the foreign invader. At first glance, the redback spider looks like a twin of the Black Widow. Same shiny armor, same sinister hourglass. But this one carries a secret. It's not from here. Native to Australia, Latrodectus hasselti, the redback, has quietly crossed the ocean and made itself at home in parts of North America, and it didn't need an invitation. The redback hitched a ride with global trade, nesting in imported materials, crates, and even fruit shipments. It's been confirmed in California, Mexico, and occasionally the southern US, a creeping reminder that nature doesn't respect borders. The redback's venom is almost identical to the Black Widow's, containing the same neurotoxin that can shut down a nervous system in minutes. But what makes it unique is volume. The redback injects more venom per bite, enough to trigger extreme pain, muscle rigidity, and, in untreated cases, respiratory failure. In Australia, it's responsible for more serious envenomations than any other spider. Like its American cousin, the redback prefers dry, protected environments, under rocks, in garages, or inside old tires. They're nocturnal, emerging after sunset to hunt small insects and trap them in disorganized webs of sticky silk. Female redbacks dominate in both size and power. They can grow to half an inch long, while males are barely a quarter that size, often meeting a grim fate after mating. And unlike most spiders, redbacks can survive in close proximity to humans without issue. They'll set up home near trash bins, patio furniture, or electrical boxes, thriving off the insects drawn to our waste. Their spread is slow but steady. Experts warn that climate change could accelerate their expansion northward, creating the perfect conditions for breeding. If that happens, the redback could become a permanent resident of North America, a foreign predator turned local menace. One strange twist: Redback venom has been studied for its potential use in treating chronic pain. Scientists discovered that, in low doses, the neurotoxin affects pain receptors in unique ways, blocking certain signals without sedation. It's a bizarre irony that one of the world's most painful bites might one day relieve human suffering. But make no mistake, if you cross a redback in the wild, it's not mercy you'll find, it's precision. A creature built for dominance, spreading quietly, adapting endlessly, and it's only one step below the deadliest spider in North America. The northern black widow, the reigning queen. The crown belongs not to the biggest nor the rarest, but to the most iconic, the Nurtashiar, Idaichii Kagiakam. The northern black widow, Latrodectus variolus. This is the species that truly defines fear on the continent. From the Great Lakes to the Appalachian Mountains, from Maine to Alabama, the northern widow is the quiet queen of North America's venomous hierarchy. The northern widow looks almost identical to its southern relative, but with one subtle difference. The red hourglass on its abdomen is broken into two distinct triangles. It's a small detail, but it marks the difference between an encounter and an emergency. Unlike the southern widow, which prefers warmer climates, the northern species thrives in cooler environments. Woodpiles, stone walls, and shaded forests. It's more reclusive, but also more adaptable, capable of surviving brutal winters in hibernation-like states. The venom of the northern widow is the most potent of any North American spider. Its alpha-latrotoxin concentration is higher, its delivery faster, and its effects more intense. Victims describe a burning pain that radiates from the bite to the chest, followed by muscle cramps so severe they can mimic a heart attack. Doctors once misdiagnosed northern widow bites as cardiac events until lab tests revealed the neurotoxin's presence. It was later discovered that the venom causes calcium to flood nerve cells, triggering endless muscle contractions. Imagine flexing every muscle in your body at once and being unable to stop. In untreated cases, the results can be deadly. While fatalities remain rare, the northern widow's venom has sent countless victims to the emergency room, often requiring intravenous calcium, painkillers, and anti-venom. What sets this spider apart isn't just its potency, it's its resilience. While most spiders perish in cold, the northern widow weaves thick, insulated webs near the ground, allowing her to overwinter in safety. She's patient, deliberate, and utterly efficient, waiting months for a chance to strike. The northern widow also exhibits a shocking degree of cannibalism. Females have been documented devouring males before, during, and after mating. In some cases, they eat rival females, asserting dominance in what scientists call competitive cannibalism. It's not cruelty, it's survival of the coldest. Biologists have observed that in regions with dense prey competition, northern widows grow larger and more venomous, proof that evolution is still sculpting the deadliest spider in North America. And yet, despite the fear, there's beauty in its design. The reflective black shell, the perfect geometry of the hourglass, the silent web glistening in morning dew, it's lethal art, an assassin in a silk gown. For all the myths surrounding it, one truth stands firm. The northern black widow is nature's lesson in balance. It doesn't attack first, it doesn't waste venom, it simply waits, and when it strikes, it never misses. In the web of North American predators, the northern black widow reigns supreme, elegant, efficient, and eternal. And there you have it, the 10 deadliest spiders in North America. From desert wanderers to cold climate queens, each one plays a role in the story of survival. They remind us that the world beneath our feet is alive with danger, design, and mystery. But this is just the beginning. Next time on Preda Planet, we're leaving the web and diving into the skies, where talons replace fangs and predators hunt from above.